Welcome back, everyone. It's Furlano from the Stock Lock team, and I've got a quick video for you guys. It's a very important video, actually. It's on journaling, and the importance of journaling is something that is very underrated in the trading community, especially for new traders. So, I'm going to show you some examples of what I use for journaling, and maybe it will fit your style, and you guys can adapt this same style here for journaling. So I use a website called Notion, notion.so. Now when you go to the website, you're going to be presented with a page, something like this, minus this journal example that I have here. What you want to do when you get to the page, you want to click Workspace here on the left side, add a new page, and you can name this whatever you want. Let's just name it Trader Journal. Once you label it whatever you would like, you got to select the database table page. Okay, and you're going to have a similar layout to this example I have over here. The columns you're going to have to create yourself, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So we're just going to add new columns with this plus sign right here, and I'll just add a few for an example. Now, what I like to do is I like to make the first column my ticker column. This is where I put the symbol that I'm trading. The next column, I like to make my date column, so I type date, and I select date. For the rest of the columns here, the property type is going to be multi-select. So I can just change all of those to multi-select right now, just to make it easier. Now I want to change the column headers. So maybe we'll make this header setup, this header setup rating, this header P&L, this header maybe red, green, whether it was red or green on the trade. And maybe we'll just make another column, time of day. Make sure to select multi-select, perfect. So now once you have this layout right here, you can add new rows just by clicking new, and it will give you an additional row. So once you're done your trading day, you're gonna come into Notion to your Trader Journal, and you're gonna go to your first row and you're gonna click open. You're gonna type in the ticker that you traded. Let's say PFE, for example. You traded it on October 29th, and that was the ticker. Now we come down to P&L. I track my P&L in R's, or risk units. So let's say I made 3R on PFE. You can type in values here, numbers, risk units, whatever you want. I'm going to type in 3R, and I'm going to click create. Once I've created it, I want to change the color of the 3R to green because it was a green trade. Next row here, which is actually a column on the spreadsheet, is going to be red-green. So I was green on this trade. I want to create a green tag, and I want to make it green. The setup that I traded, I don't know, let's just say bear flag. Okay. Setup rating, I use 4 categories. Great, and I make my great green. I do good, and I make my good blue. You guys can do whatever you want here. I'm just going through what I do in my journal just to keep it simple for you guys. I make my average yellow, and I make my poor red. So once I've populated these areas right here, you're going to be left with a drop-down menu. So I only have to do that once, and then for every trade going forward, I just click the setup rating drop-down menu, and I select my setup rating. Same with time of day. You might have morning, afternoon, mid-morning, whatever. However you want to categorize your day, that's what you do. So you type in morning, click create, and now you'll have morning in the drop-down menu. I'll show you afternoon, close. Let's just keep it at that for now. So now we have all of these in our drop-down menu for future trades. Great. So I traded PFE on this date. I made 3R, the trade was green. This is the setup was great, and I traded it in the morning. So now once we close out of that area, you're gonna be left with this. What I like to do before I leave this area is I like to screenshot a picture of the chart. Let me just open a picture up. Okay. No. Let me show you here. Just trying to find a photo. Okay, we'll just pull this one in. So you can see I've got my PFE trade right here. And I just label a few things on the chart with any screen write tool, right? Like where I got short, where I covered, where I stopped out, my target, blah, blah, blah. So once you have your screenshot taken, you just go to the folder that your screenshot was taken in, and you just drag and drop that photo right in here. Now you have a photo. Below the photo, you can also type whatever you would like. Okay, you can type additional comments on the trade, your playbook, whatever you want. You can also click these three dots right here, and you can full screen the photo so you can see the photo better. Now we just click anywhere on the screen outside of there. Now PFE has a document attached to it, and that is the photo. So if we want to do another trade, I'm going to show you how quickly you can do these trades once you have everything set up. So let's say I took grub today, which I did. On the 29th, my P&L was, I don't know, let's say minus 2R. We're going to make that minus 2R red because it was a red trade. We weren't green on that trade. We were red. The setup was, I don't know, let's just say double bottom. Okay. That's my setup rating. It was poor because I did something wrong maybe, and I didn't take the trade when it was actually setting up. Whatever. Time of day, afternoon, perfect. I find my grub screenshot, I drag it, I drop it. I know that's not grub, I'm just doing this for an example. I drag it, I drop it, and now I've got all this information here. That's one trade done that took like 20 seconds. So there's no excuse for journaling taking too long. Notion also has a great function. It's a search function up here. So if I want to search in the future, when say I have 100 trades here, I want to search how many green trades I had. Look, I just type green and it'll show me all my green trades. Red, show me all my red trades. Minus 2R, it'll show me all my trades that I was minus 2R. Afternoon, it'll show me all my trades I took in the afternoon. So that's a pretty sweet search function there that Notion offers, and it's actually very helpful to figure out like what your win rate is, for example. So down here you'll see count. Now if I didn't have these extra rows in, which I usually don't, you can just type in green, it'll say count 1. Now after you have say 100 trades, this might say count 60. So you know, okay, I have 60 green trades. Then you type in red, okay, I have 40 red trades. I've got a 60% win rate. That's another thing Notion is very helpful for. Something else I want to start developing in my Notion journal are my playbooks. So you can create a playbook like this. I have nothing in here, this is just a template. But you can create a playbook by clicking add page. You do the same thing, label it playbook. And then if you go to templates, you can select from all of these templates here on the right side. And I figured blog posting might be the best thing to make a playbook under. So I just select blog posting and I'm done. Or not. I select blog posting and I click use this template. There you go. Okay, so now I've got a blog posting template. I can go up here and I can rename this to blah blah, whatever I want. Whatever strategy maybe I'm using. So let's say it's actually bear flags. Okay, so I labeled this bear flags. It changes here in my blog. You can come down here and you can delete everything in the blog. And once you've deleted everything in the blog, you can start populating the blog with your own ideas. And as you can see, it uploaded, that blog had photos uploaded, it had just about everything, right? So this is where you start, and you can type whatever you want, your parameters for your setup, you can put chart examples in there, you can do whatever you'd like. And then you can always reference your bear flag playbook to see what the ideal bear flag strategy looks like. I believe you can also change this header or cover, change cover. I haven't tried this, but there you go. You can upload whatever you want. You can upload a photo, choose a file, make it a chart. Let's actually see if this works. Let's just upload this random thing right here. Yeah, there you go. So you can upload whatever you want for your header. Maybe it's, I don't know, a big picture of a bear. Who knows? I don't want to get too crazy with this video. I want to keep it short and sweet. This is how I journal. This is what I use. This is how simple it is. It's going to look like you don't have very much information at the start, but once you get into a journal like this example I have here, you know, you have some information, right? You have some information that you can go off of. I'll give you a quick rundown of what I tracked in this example journal. Some of the things were, you're going to ask what AOM potential is. This is if I get into the trade and I put my stop in and I do not touch the trade, what would I have made on the trade before it hit my stop, right? So I would have made 5 times my risk on this one before I stopped out, etc. Set up direction, trades to remember. So if I have a really good trade or a really bad trade, I tag the really good trades with a green plus sign and the really bad trades with a red minus sign. So then I can use the search function, and I can show you here as soon as I get my mouse back. I can use the search function and just type in oh, I've got -1R here, sorry, I meant to hit plus. There you go. I just hit the plus symbol and I can get all of my trades to remember. Another thing that I like to put in is like a watch list. So I'll just take like a screenshot of my watch list and I'll drop it in here with some of the earnings news, yada yada yada. I have areas of focus, things that I want to focus on for the day. I've got an overall market view, which is usually a photo of a picture of the SPY at the end of the day, and then I make some notes on it. Daily notes could be whatever you want, you know, your psychology throughout the day, maybe your P&L at the end of the day, whatever it is, right? And you just drop it in there. And I've got these separated by days, so you can easily say like, oh, I made 2R today. I made 8R on this day. I think the next day I got smoked. No, I made 1.2R on this day. Oh, this day I lost 9R. Holy smokes! Like, what happened, right? So you can go through your trades like that and really keep track of your trades and back test them, and you have photos that you can go back and look at. I just think it's a really great tool. It's free to start. Obviously, I'm not getting paid for any of this. We're not getting paid from Notion to promote this. Nothing. I'm just going off what I like to use best, and this is what it is. So it's free to start, and it will take a certain amount of uploads. I forget what it is, but then I think after that it's something like $25 or $30 a year, which is well worth it in my opinion. And I found that out the hard way. I actually filled up my journal and said I had no more space, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to pay for this thing. And then I found out it was only $30, and I was okay with it. Other than that, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, please join our Discord chat room and send me a direct message, and I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Until then, see you guys on the charts.